Welcome. My name is Midnight Fang X, and I'm here with my co-host, Games of Aeon. Welcome to Games and Vapes. Would you like to hear today's topic, Games of Aeon?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your opinion on the two games made by Niantic Labs, Ingress and Pokemon Go?
Personally, I've played them both actually. The first game I started with was, of course, Ingress, because that was the first game they released, and I remember back when it was only on Android for a long time before they finally decided to do the iOS thing.
If I remember, it was a couple years until it was on Android, and a couple years later they moved it to iOS, having it on both devices, correct?
Yeah, it started. Let's see, I think we're in the
17.
innovative. We're in the we're in the innovative year, so that's year 4 for Ingress, and I don't think it released on iOS until 2 years after it released. So it was during Ingress second year or Ingress third year was when it was on iPhone.
I didn't know that about Ingress or Niantic until you had actually told me about it one day. You're the reason I started playing Ingress.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I loved it. I loved it from the start, and I started following Niantic Labs after that. And then it was about Pokemon Go, and then I heard at a press conference, actually, I was kind of just watching online, just watching through YouTube. And I was watching through the Ingress report, and they said they were working on something with Game Freak, not Game Freak, the creator for the Pokemon company. And then I started seeing stuff about Pokemon Go. I started seeing stuff about a wristwatch device for it, and I'm like, they're really, really hyping this up, you know? They were bringing it on really strong.
Right.
So once that released, I remember being in the beta testing because they, you put in your email and they had like a certain list of people they would send out a copy to or whatever, or a download for it to. I'm not sure if you were one of the ones that got that
No,
free beta.
I wasn't part of the beta, but I do remember when it first launched, it was overseas, so only places like New Zealand got it, so we had to wait a couple of days. But I remember people trying to change their store location on their devices to New Zealand so they can get it. But once it came out for everybody, Niantic put out something like, "Oh, if you'd gotten it early when you're supposed to, we're banning you." So I'm like, I thought that was a fun piece of karma.
Well, I don't think they banned them. I think they deleted the pre-beta accounts
No, I mean that was
for
when.
safety of.
Well, that was when it launched. Like it launched in places like New Zealand first, trying to
Oh
change
yeah,
their
yeah,
store to
yeah.
New Zealand so they can get it.
Yeah, yeah, people tried to change their phone's
Yes,
locations to overseas so they could get
I thought that was
an
a
unlocked copy
right.
of
I
it.
thought that was a funny piece of karma when that came.
Oh yeah. Well, Niantic takes a lot of their security real seriously when it comes to that, or games of that type. Their games of that type, because in Ingress actually, um, of course, there's gonna be people that are gonna try and do stuff to try and get into it, try and hack it, and try and get free items and
Yeah,
all that kind of
like
stuff.
they did in Pokemon when it was kind of like first release. You had people who were hacking it and placing their characters elsewhere so they could hatch eggs faster.
Exactly, yeah. Um, so they take security real seriously. Like they'll actually they'll send you out an email sometimes, and it'll say something like, we've noticed that such and such is on your account, or items that are on your account that shouldn't be there, or that have came there mysteriously. Blah 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 blah.
Right. Well, recently when I was going through, I believe it was Facebook, I found a post that was within Niantic talking about how they're getting rid of third-party stuff. So if you have any third-party items, you know, they're gonna get rid of it. They're stopped doing, I think it was third-person vendors for their store.
I don't know what their third-party affiliates are. I don't know any other third parties, honestly, other than like the companies that they kind of sided with. Like in Ingress, they sided with Circle K,
Yeah, where you can get the Circle
the
K cube.
convenience store. Yeah, I know. I think that's one of their third-party affiliates or whatever you want to call it, associates.
Looks like
But
I didn't get the cube.
yeah, because there was only like certain Circle K, like there's only certain Circle Ks that are portals, and it's only those ones that spit out the Circle K power cube. Nowhere else spits them out.
It's like I was like I got into Ingress first, and then I got into playing Pokemon Go. While I was playing Pokemon Go, I dropped Ingress for a couple, I want to say, couple of years, and then I recently got back into playing Ingress, and I've actually strayed away from playing Pokemon Go. I play Ingress more, and I have to say that I actually enjoy playing Ingress more.
I got nothing against Pokemon. I really don't. I love Pokemon, and you of all people should know that.
Right.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, me and you would, when they did the dual releases, me and you would try and get the opposite game of each other so that we could both have, you know, the other legendary.
Yeah. So, but honestly, I really think that it's a nice little push though to definitely have a mobile Pokemon game, especially mobile, you know, to the extreme where you can actually walk around outside and catch a Pokemon. But I don't like the way that I just don't like the way that it is, especially the battle system. The way that they made it sound like when they did the whole little like, teaser Pokemon Go thing, they made it seem like you could directly come up to a trainer and battle them directly right then and there.
I've heard that that's coming soon. I don't know if that's a physical thing yet or if it's completely rumor.
But the thing is, it's the whole fact that it just didn't feel like a game for me. Like, I played it for a little while when I used to work for Walmart. I was playing it in there. You know, on breaks I would walk around the store catching Pokemon, but it never caught my appeal like Ingress does. Because I feel like Ingress, you have to have a lot more strategy. You get to sit down and actually you have to plan things out. You have to think. I think it's a little bit more pushing towards the competitive side, whereas Pokemon Go is more of a like a leisurely kind of walk around, catch your favorite Pokemon thing. Whereas Ingress, I mean, you gotta capture a portal, you gotta fully resonate it, then you gotta link it to 2 other portals that are captured in your team and fully resonated, because capturing these fields gets your team's points, which goes to your worldwide score.
Right, and I mean, they both have some similarities, like at any time the opponent could take over your portal, while in Pokemon Go they could take over the gym. What I like is you're not sitting inside playing a game. You're physically outside riding a bike, walking, or you're driving places, and hopefully you're not playing Ingress and Pokemon Go while driving. But you mean it takes you places. Like I've seen like there is a brewery near my work that I didn't know about until I started playing Ingress again for the second time.
Right.
Like they both you go places, you get to see new places, and there are both communities that will let you you know, meet new people in both games.
Oh yeah. Now I do like the fact that Pokemon Go had the whole 3 teams thing, because Ingress was originally going to be, Ingress was gonna have a new team come in sometime this year. It's gonna be like it's a rumored thing. It's called the Red Faction.
Well, that would be towards newer players.
Yeah, only the newer players could do it, honestly. But I think they would have still given, like, when that update releases, I feel like they're still going to give everyone a chance to be like, hey, We're going to throw you a faction change. You can do it now within the app, and it will happen instantaneously. But you know, you got to
Yeah.
think wisely because whenever you restart your, if you were to do a faction change right now, like if you were going to switch from the Enlightened to the Resistance, or vice versa, Resistance to the Enlightened, um, it wipes out your gear, it wipes out your level, wipes up your medals, and you have to get a new name.
Right, that would be a good idea until everybody's on the same team. Until like, oh, everybody wants to be part of the same faction and not realizing that it's what everybody's doing until everybody ends up on the same team. I think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, and the part that really bugs me is that a lot of my team members and a lot of even the blue team members, the red faction already exists. It's more of a community thing right now. It's just Niantic has kind of recognized it and wants to make it a real team. But a lot of them wants to join that team because they feel like it's a nice balancing team, or it would be kind of like a balancer. Because I don't know if you noticed, but the Resistance is a heavily populated team. Like there's more Resistance than there is Enlightened. So much more.
Yeah, but on either side, I've seen the blue team be higher, and I've also seen the green team be higher than the blue team. So I mean, it constantly changes every day because you're taking over new portals and you're linking them as well, making a field.
Yeah. And then whereas in Pokemon Go with the whole 3 teams thing, I really do love that. That really adds a nice competitive edge because it's not just 2 teams against each other, so there's no like 50-50 chance of such and such. No, it breaks it into 3, so you have kind of like, you know, a 1/3 chance of your gym staying, you have a, yeah, 1/3 chance of your gym staying up, whereas in Ingress you got maybe like, you know, a 50% chance. So it adds a little bit more challenge, but you know, whereas the gyms are kind of like portals, you can add Pokemon to it, and the Pokemon will be like the resonators.
Right. Well, I'm curious to see if they. I don't know when last time Ingress did an update, but I know last update Pokemon Go did, and it did. If you went visit the Pokestop 7th days, you get an item which you could later evolve to a Generation 2 Pokemon. I'm curious to see what updates Ingress will do.
Ingress actually has, um, they give rewards in a different. Ingress gives rewards in a different way. It's based on medals, based on your actions, um, such as a tracker badge. If you walk a certain distance, you get a medal. Um, and those medals will help you level up past the normal level because you can you can go to level 8 without any badge restrictions, but to go to like level 9 you need like I think it was 1 gold and 3 or 1 gold and 2 silver badges or something like that.
Like I'm currently like in the game, like on either like in Ingress and Pokemon Go, at max level on either one.
I'm level 8 on Ingress, so that's the max level I can go to right now. The max level is actually 16. As for Pokemon Go, I am
I think they
level
bumped that up. I think they bumped it up to like you could be level. I think maybe 30 is the end cap level for Pokemon Go. Man, but I could be
yeah,
wrong about that.
I'm level 12 and Go.
Like for all we know, there could be an update coming in the future to where Ingress adds more levels to their. We can go higher than 9.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I say, you can go up to 16. That's the highest level you can get to.
But that's you have to have certain badges to do that.
But yeah, you had to have a certain number. You had to have a certain number of badges of that color or of that type.
Which other two do you prefer over the other?
I prefer Ingress over Go. I honestly do, and it's for the simple fact that the community that I've met through Ingress and the fun that I've had in Ingress, you know, the grinding for the items, the AP just to get to the highest weapon.
Thank you, Games of Eon, for being part of this podcast. I hope that you have enjoyed this podcast. I will see you in the next podcast.